All right, so what if one of the most foundational stories you've ever heard wasn't just some ancient myth, but actually a high stakes courtroom drama? That's what we're digging into today. We're going to look at the story of the fall of humanity, but frame it as this epic, cosmic legal case that, believe it or not, has shaped all of history. Wow. I mean, that quote just nails it, right? It totally flips the script on how we think about history. It's not just a bunch of random things happening. No, it's a single, massive, ongoing legal case. And the crazy part, the verdict involves every single one of us. You, me, everyone. Okay, so let's actually step into this courtroom. Picture it. In this theological framework, the whole story of creation and the fall, it's really all about a legal agreement. You know, a covenant. One that was made and then, well, it was broken. The trial is about to begin, so let's meet the players. Right, because you can't have a trial without your key players. First up, you've got God, who isn't just the creator here, but he's the judge, the one who lays down the law, the terms of the covenant. Then there's humanity, with Adam as our representative. And our job? We're supposed to be the star witness, testifying to how good the judge is. But then a third player enters the scene, the serpent, the accuser, and his whole goal is to act as a false witness and totally wreck the testimony. And this is where it all goes wrong. It's the pivotal moment in the whole trial. The false witness takes the stand, and the entire case against humanity kicks off right here, as our star witness is, well, tragically corrupted. And you gotta see how clever, how methodical this deception is. It's like a three-step plan. First, the serpent twists God's word just enough to plant that little seed of doubt. Did God really say? Then it goes for a direct contradiction, just flat out denying the consequences. Nah, you won't die. And for the final blow, a false promise. This super tempting idea that, hey, you can be your own God, your own judge of good and evil. Okay, and this is a really, really crucial point. From this legal perspective, the big crime wasn't just eating the fruit. Not at all. Adam's real failure was a total dereliction of duty. I mean, his job was to guard this secret space, right? But instead of kicking out this false witness, he just listens. He lets it happen, he fails to protect Eve, and he completely flips his own role. He goes from being God's star witness to literally committing perjury against God. That's a huge deal. So the crime's been committed. The perjury is on the record. And now comes the verdict. And in this cosmic trial, the verdict is absolutely sweeping. It applies to everyone. It's a concept you've probably heard of. Original sin. Now, original sin isn't just about one guy making one mistake. It's much bigger than that. It's like a diagnosis for the entire human condition. The key legal idea here is representation. Think of Adam as our federal head, our representative. And because he acted on our behalf, his fall brought everyone down with him. His guilty verdict became our guilty verdict. We're all in this together, for better or worse. And the consequences of this verdict? Man, they are absolutely catastrophic. Just look at the change. Humanity's whole state gets turned completely upside down. What was supposed to be righteousness and stewardship and life, it's replaced by guilt, tyranny, and, of course, death. The legal agreement, that covenant with the judge, is just shattered. You know, this isn't just some abstract theological idea. The source we're looking at argues that it connects to a feeling that I think we've all had. That sense that something is just wrong with the world. That something's missing. A deep longing for a connection we lost. And this phrase for it is perfect. The nostalgia for God of every living person. Wow. So you might think the trial is over, right? Case closed. But it's not. The story actually repeats itself. That original failed trial becomes this pattern, this cycle that gets reenacted over and over, and we see it most clearly in the history of the nation of Israel. And when you lay it out like this, the parallels are they're striking. It's the same pattern all over again. Adam gets placed in the garden sanctuary to serve God. Israel gets placed in the promised land to serve God. Adam breaks the covenant and gets exiled. Israel breaks the covenant and gets exiled. It is literally the same courtroom drama, just with a new cast of characters. Unless you think we're just reading this back into the text, the Bible itself makes this connection crystal clear. The prophet Hosea, basically acting as the prosecutor against Israel, says it outright. Like Adam, they transgressed the covenant. Boom. The connection is right there. It's another mistrial. Okay, so at this point, things look pretty bleak, right? The verdict is guilty, the retrial failed spectacularly. It seems like this whole drama is headed for a really tragic ending. But then, just when all hope seems lost, the story takes this incredible, surprising turn. Yeah, the verdict was guilty. No doubt about that. But instead of carrying out the full sentence right then and there, the judge does something unexpected. He grants a stay of execution. He mercifully delays the final consequences. And that delay, that changes everything. It opens up a brand new path forward, a path of redemption. And right away, in that delay, we start to see these little glimmers of hope. The judge actually provides coverings for Adam and Eve's shame. And then, and this is huge, he makes a promise that one day a future seed of the woman will come and crush the serpent's head, finally dealing with the false witness. This is the moment the whole plot of history pivots. The goal isn't perfect obedience anymore, because we already blew that. The new way forward is redemption. And that leaves us with the massive question that drives the rest of the entire story. The first Adam, our first representative in this cosmic trial, he failed. The nation of Israel, our retrial, they failed too. So the question hanging over all of history is this: who? Who could possibly be the successful representative, the last Adam, who can finally step into that courtroom and win the case for all of humanity?